Welcome back, guys. I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about shoulder pain. And if you have it right now, there's really only one way to fix it, and that's with power tools. So what you want to do is you want to crank it all the way up, highest settings as possible, and then aim exactly wherever your shoulder hurts and drill until it's gone. That's all I got for you. The end. No, I'm just messing. No power tools needed unless you really want to screw it up and you want to do those type of drills. But what I'm going to tell you is how to get your shoulder pain the frick gone. These movements I'm going to share with you have always been really effective at keeping me in the gym as preventative measures and as rehab protocols when my shoulders do hurt, get me back in the gym as fast as possible. So let's get right into it. So what we got to understand off the top is that shoulder pain is complicated. It can sometimes be referred pain from actually bicipital tendonitis. It can be a labral issue. It can be, rotator cuff impingement. There's a lot of different causes, but for me, no matter what the cause has been, because obviously I do know how to do all the special tests and stuff like this to isolate the cause, but for me, it's always, if I hit all these kind of exercises and do them consistently, it doesn't matter what the root cause is, it always feels a little bit better. So that's just really me saying, I don't want to get too into the weeds in this video. I just want to make it simple for you. If you have shoulder pain, wherever it is, do these exercises and it will help. So the first one, and the one that I probably do more consistently than all these other ones, is a face pull. And you'll be seeing in the background that this kind of face pull is not the one you'd be trying to target rear delts with. You really want to use your thumbs and try to point them backwards. So it's going to be trying to get external rotation of the shoulder, and that's why the thumb coming basically over your bicep, pointing towards the back of your body, towards your back essentially, that is going to be that external rotation. And I will give you a tip here. You want to have the rope as high as possible on the pulley, and you want to actually try to get as long of a rope as possible. So sometimes what I'll do at a gym is I'll just take 2 ropes. If it's not busy, of course, I'm not trying to be that guy, but you can take 2 ropes, pull them all the way to the end, and then it's a super long rope. And what that allows you to do is actually get your hands and your fists with your thumbs behind you further around your head, creating more external rotation. And the reason this one's so effective is it's really just hammering all those sit muscles or the rotator cuff. We don't have to go through all the anatomy right now, but you have 3 that are external rotators, and this face pull exercise is a great way to hit those. Also, don't be afraid to go heavy, but we're more focused on quality of reps here, not necessarily progressive overload. All right, the next movement you'll be seeing is one that's going to target the lower traps. So a lot of people, when they think about the traps, right, you think about the ones right by your neck. But actually the trapezius muscle comes all the way from the base of your skull and goes about midway down your back. And so the ones we're trying to focus on are the lower traps, because those will connect to your scapula. And basically, long story short, your scapula or scapulae, right, plural, those are very important in terms of your shoulder health, because the stronger those are and more, mobile they're allowed to slide around your back, those will hold your shoulder basically in centration, or fancy way of saying it holds your shoulder, your humerus, in the center of the joint. And it's when your shoulder starts getting wonky and maybe gets to the top of your joint or to the front, that's when you're going to start getting these kind of pains. So by strengthening muscles that surround the scapula and that also hold the scapula down, that's going to help keep that humerus in the center of the joint. All right, the next 2 you'll be seeing, you can do both on a pull-up bar. So as far as the scapula pull-up, which is the first movement you'll be seeing, I like to do that usually before my workouts, especially like on bench days and stuff like this. And it's similar to that overhead rope pull. We're trying to get those lower trapezius or just the middle muscles of your back activated. And so that's why you see I'm not using my biceps or my back at all. I'm really just trying to almost shrug and then de-shrug. And you can see that in the video. And then this one goes really good, clean transition into a dead hang. And the dead hang, I would definitely reserve more for after a workout. The cool thing about this move is there's actually an orthopedic surgeon, and I'd have to look up the book, I can link it below. But he did a whole book about just dead hanging for the shoulders. And basically, long story short, or the TLDR, right, or it's Spark Notes if you used to do that in high school, these kind of things, what you get from the dead hang is by completely relaxing the shoulder, you're basically stretching that AC joint, or the joint that gets a lot of impingement. And that'd probably be the most common shoulder pain, at least that I hear about, is, impingement's gonna be right near the front or on the side of your shoulder. So by dead hanging, and just do as long as you can, as long as tolerable, right? You're actually creating more space between your AC joint and then It's the supraspinatus muscle basically, or the rotator cuff that comes right in between the two. So by creating more space, you have less chance of impingement, therefore less chance of injury, therefore less chance of pain. And that's what we're looking for, right? So if you have pain right now, or a history of shoulder pain, I would honestly do these every day, especially if you're experiencing pain right now. Now, if you've had it in the past, like I have, I maybe do these 2 to 3 times a week, but I do usually do the face pulls pretty much every workout, just as a warm up. It's great to just get those rotator cuffs activated, honestly, no matter what movements you're doing. Leg day, it doesn't matter as much, but I still like to throw it in there, you know? Really keeps me safe. But it does go with all these, is it's more about the actual intentional reps, not how many reps you can do. So it'd be better to do like 15 sets of 1, where that 1 rep is very clean, right? Opposed to 3 sets of 15. Because you can go pretty heavy on these, but that's not really the goal. The goal is to really focus on getting those small muscles, and you don't want bigger muscles to take over the movement. So if you feel like you didn't get screwed from this video and actually got tangible information, then you should subscribe, because I'm gonna have a lot more stuff like this. I have personally had a lot of different injuries for various reasons. Maybe I'll get into that video later, but I've had the shoulders, right? I've had the biceps, the elbow stuff. So I know a lot of ways how to fix these type of injuries, and I will definitely be making more videos like this.